This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Sephora sell this, Sephora sell that. Get yourself a Dyson.
Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. The Sephora VIB sale is just a couple of days away, and that means a lot of Sephora wishlist videos, a lot of Sephora recommendations, creators telling you what you need to buy from the Sephora sale. In this video, I'm going to be looking at some of these TikToks, looking at some of these posts, and I'm going to be de-influencing you. There's so much hype around this sale. People like go crazy and use it as an excuse to shop, and there just can be a lot of excitement, a lot of content around it, a lot of people partaking in this sale. We can feel FOMO. We can feel like we need to shop it. Even if it wasn't on our radar 2 weeks before, we start seeing this content pop up, and then we might feel a little bit itched to shop. Maybe we're already feeling a little bit shoppy, and this is just a bit of an excuse to get that itch out. So there's just a lot of excitement around the sale and a lot of people encouraging us to shop. And I just hope that this video can counter some of that hype. I'm going to say straight out the gate, if there's something that you want or you need, you budgeted for it, and it's a smart purchase for you, go for it. There is nothing inherently wrong with the sale or shopping the Sephora VIB sale. Things become a problem when we have too much makeup, too much stuff than we could ever use, that we buy more stuff that like we could also never use, buying things we can't afford, and just the overall hype of this sale really promotes people buying things they don't need and just fanning the flames of overconsumption. If you like this video, I did another version of this in the fall, and if you need a little bit more de-influencing, that video may be able to help. We're going to get into it, and the first segment is not a video. Everything else is a video. The first segment is a collection of titles and screen grabs, so we could rapid fire through like 5 or 6 of these. Let's look at some of these. 10 non-negotiable Sephora sale items from a real pro makeup artist. Full face of makeup products that you need from the Sephora sale, because apparently you need Rare Beauty and Say and Hourglass. You need it. You need it. Must have base products from the Sephora sale. 10 new makeup products you need at Sephora sale, because you know it's perfectly normal to bring in 10 makeup products at one time. Makeup you need during the Sephora sale. This one's all caps. Oh, everything is linked on my LTK. Part 2 coming soon. You know influencers have our best interest at heart when they make a video telling us we need stuff and then sell it all to us with a link. Blushes you need, Sephora sale edition. You get the point, right? All of these creators are telling us we need new makeup. Need is such a strong word to apply, and it has absolutely lost all meaning. I feel like it's been hyperbolized to death in a way that I genuinely feel like some influencers actually feel like they need new stuff because they've conflated needs and wants, and they want things so badly, so desperately. That feeling makes it seem like we need it. These ideas and these discourses being so prominent online that we ourselves have internalized these things, or they filter into our everyday lives, and I still catch myself saying I need this, I need that, and whenever I say it, I try to correct myself, even if it's like I'm alone. We need to distance ourselves from this rhetoric, even if it's become a normal part of our vocabulary that we don't actually want or mean. You don't need more makeup if you have a drawer full of makeup. Like if you have 10 blushes, you don't need a 12 or a 15. Buying more makeup you don't actually need because you have makeup that you already have too much of. Like you have more makeup than you could use in your lifetime. Having that and then buying more makeup on top of that, it's a recipe for decluttering, and it's potentially a recipe for your makeup expiring and going bad before you could ever use it. And then we rationalize decluttering because I have more makeup than I could use, and buying declutter cycle in action. Every now and then when I catch myself really coveting something, really like down deep, like I really want it, feeling that. I'm going to use a makeup example because we're talking Sephora sale today, but you can insert anything that you're really desiring. So I'm going to share 2 different approaches that help me think through whether or not something is a need. Number 1, can I live without this thing? Let's take the Huda Beauty blush. It's a really popular product right now. Can I live without this blush? Yes, 100%, because I have at least one other blush that I could use. This is not, do I want this or could I use this? My own makeup preferences tell me that in an ideal world, I like to have an orangey kind of blush, terracotta style blush. I like a cool tone blush, and I like a warm pink blush. I like these kinds of variety, but that is not a need. That is a want. That is a ideal world. Ideal world, perfect world variety is not a need situation. So do I need a blush if I have one? No, I don't. Could I live without it? 100%. The other thing that I'll use from time to time would be if I lost my job tomorrow or I lost all of my savings tomorrow, would I still buy this? Financial or economic hardships tend to illuminate what is really important to us and what is excess. What are things that are quick fat you could trim from your spending if you're in a tight circumstance. I would not be buying any makeup if that were to happen, which really illuminates to me that what I'm looking at here is ultimately a want, something that's for fun, and my desires, my coveting of it is not a reflection of need. We're now going to watch a TikTok of an influencer telling us the makeup that's worth our money in the Sephora sale.
No fluff, no BS, makeup that's actually worth your money. Armani Luminous Silk Foundation for coverage that actually looks like skin. Hostess Revealer Concealer, viral for a reason, covers everything but hydrating and non-cakey. Armani Fluid Sheer, like blush, bronzer, and highlighter in one step. Hostess Cloud Set Baked gets rid of the shine but keeps the glow. When I was looking for a powder, this is the number one that you guys suggested for me. Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze for eyebrows that stay where you place them. Armani Eye Tint, slap it on. It blends out in literally seconds. Plus Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eyeshadow Duo for an eyeshadow look that takes 10 seconds. Patrick Ta Cream Eyeshadow, way easier to use than a stick of eyeliner. I personally have not tried an eyelash color that I thought was way better than the others, but I'm always in the market, so if you love yours, leave it in the comments. Mary Kay Great Lengths Mascara. I get asked almost daily if I have eyelash extensions. Kiss Falscara Lashes. Pop one on the corners of your eyes to make them look super flirty. Chanel Le Beige Bronzer. Love the coral streak in it because it really does kind of mimic a sunburn. A little bit more of the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. Patrick Ta Double Take Duo Blush because that cream side is absolutely everything. Rhode Peptide Lip Shade. These last forever and I love how creamy they are. Charlotte Tilbury Plumpgasm Gloss for a plumping effect that doesn't hurt. And finally, we've been using this since high school for a reason. MAC Fix Plus. Okay, those are the products off the top of my head that I think are 100% worth your money. I'm personally going to be stocking up during the upcoming Sephora sale, but let me know if you'd like part 2 because I have many more.
We're going to get to the price of this in a second, but two things. One, we are promoting an MLM mascara in this. MLMs are so predatory. That is not the vibe. And number two, I find it kind of hard to believe recommendations when like you're saying something is so good and then you show me something else that's also so good. Like she used that Armani Fluid Sheer. She uses Armani Fluid Sheer and it's blush, bronzer, all in one. It looks so good. And then proceeds to put more blush on top of it. How do I know what these two things look like separately? I don't. Anyway, let's get to the total of this. I have the price of everything in Canadian and USD. I'm going to rapid fire the cost of this. Armani Luminous Silk, $85 Canadian, 48 USD. Kosas Concealer, $43.50 Canadian, 32 USD. Armani Fluid Sheer, $62 Canadian, 43 USD. The Cloud Set Baked Powder, $49 Canadian, 36 USD. The ABH Brow Freeze, $35 Canadian, 26 USD. Armani Eye Tint, $52 Canadian, 38 USD. Patrick Ta Eyeshadow Duo, $57 Canadian, 42 USD. Patrick Ta Shadow Palette, $98 Canadian, $70 USD. We are having a whole ass palette to put you eyeliner. The Mary Kay mascara is not sellable in Sephora. The Chanel Le Beige bronzer is also not on the Sephora sale. The Patrick Ta Blush Duo, $53 Canadian, 38 USD. The Rhode Lip Shape, not Sephora sale. The Charlotte Tilbury Plumpgasm Gloss, $47.50, 35 USD. Max Fix Plus, she uses a mini, 25 Canadian, not in the Sephora US. Everything pitched. It's available in Canada, $607. excluding the fixed plus, so we can have an even comparison with the US, $587, and then $408 USD. Over $400 without the tax is pitched in this video. So casually too. It's also super convenient that this creator and literally every other creator without a green screen does not include prices. Let me hype up all of these products for you. Let me tell you how great that they are. So you just go and click on them. And we don't even think about the prices, or we get you so hyped up about these products, so excited about the sale that maybe by the time you go click on the product, you want it bad enough, you'll just pay the price. I'm not saying this is like some evil genius strategy or some malicious intent, but it's so common to leave prices out of a video. And this video is pitching you some of the most expensive brands at Sephora. Giorgio Armani's luxury beauty. Patrick Ta is also expensive. They're not the most expensive brand at Sephora, but they are up there. And we're pitching somebody a $98 palette for eyeliner. This is literally the most expensive way that you could do eyeliner. Sure, eyeliner has a learning curve, but it has a learning curve no matter what you do with it, whether it's a stick of eyeliner or a brush with eyeliner. And if you already have a palette and you want ways to use it, or you're thinking about buying a palette, if you're one of the kinds of people who do use eyeliners from your palettes, factoring that into consideration is great, but buying a literal 12 pan palette for eyeliner is not it. Unless you literally are that into eyeliner. The casualness of this recommendation and all of these expensive brands is a little wild to me, which also probably shows me that her and I are not on the same wavelength with our finances at all. So when you're watching these videos, and it goes beyond these Sephora recommendations, are you watching people's videos and consuming recommendations from people who are in a similar financial situation than you? Because for some people, $100 eyeshadow palette is a drop in the bucket. Is that you? And if it is, maybe people like her are great people to follow. And if it's not, then maybe we don't follow them. And maybe this kind of promotion of stuff that gets us excited about things that are outside of our budget or outside of our values of like how we want to spend our money, maybe these creators are not for us. She also opens up this video with no fluff, no BS. In my opinion, it's a way of coming off as authentic, so you trust her. I'm only sharing the good stuff, the best of the best, the stuff that I use. To be fair to her, I have heard her talk about some of these products multiple times. I've consumed some of her content in preparation for videos on this channel and just curiosity about what people are doing. And I have seen her use some of these products and pitch them multiple times. So it's not as though this is like literally randomly pulling out stuff she's never used for a cash grab. I don't think that this video was made to be malicious at all. I raised this because I do believe she genuinely uses, enjoys, and likes the products that she is pitching here. She is very likable, she's very pretty, and all of these things can capture our interest as viewers. But don't let any of this distract you from the fact that it is absolutely not normal for anybody to buy their wish list on any given Sephora sale. Buying hundreds of dollars of makeup at a Sephora sale might seem normal because creators are routinely building these big carts and showing all the stuff that they like and they use and they want. But buying hundreds of dollars of makeup every few months is not a normal thing that average people who aren't monetarily invested in you watching their content and clicking their links, it's not something that a lot of normal people actually do. And it doesn't have to be your reality. Just because a creator likes something or you like something or you think it could be useful doesn't inherently mean that you need to buy it at all or right now. There are so many other factors that should go into buying a purchase. All of those factors go down the drain when we are just looking for things to buy, where we're consuming content that fans our own flames of desire. And that's kind of one of the dangers. It's not that serious, but I'm trying to find a better word. Of Sephora sales or like Black Friday is all of the hype around it. It can get into our mind that we must buy something or we should buy something. And we just get so excited about the sale that all of our critical thinking gets dialed down. And we don't see the critical thinking quite often emulated in the videos that we watch. Speaking of that, let's move on to our next TikTok. The title of this video says, "Girls, what are we getting for the spring Sephora sale?" And then her caption says, "I need recommendations." Everything's all in caps. This video really feels like a call to other makeup loving people. Not just the people who like makeup though, but the people who like to shop for makeup. You know, she's showing all the makeup that she has in her video to signal that she's a makeup lover, calling you in fellow makeup lover, you know, from one makeup lover to another. And people in her comments really did give her the recommendations. Ilia Skin Tint, Say Blush, Tower 28 Concealer, Kerastase Hair Oil. She responds, "I need," with caps, "the Kerastase Oil." Hourglass Skin Tint, YSL Blush, Merit Moisturizer. And she says, "I really want to try more Merit products." Another person, Nothing, #2broke. She puts LMAO, all caps, same, crying emoji. Somebody else, "My entire Sephora cart," crying emoji. She responds, "I need to stop adding things," crying emoji. Oh, we got Nothing, #Project Pan. Somebody else, "Proud perfume, but just whatever I see that might work." The monkey covering the eyes. Yes, all caps, "I need some more perfume," exclamation point. Somebody else, more lippies, of course. In all caps, creator responds, "You get me." This is somebody who loves to shop, who wants to buy more things. That's the impression I get from her video and how she's talking and responding in her comments. She is promoting shopping as a hobby as well as thoughtless purchasing. By that, I mean buying things because you like them. Buying things because they're viral, because you're seeing them online. Looking like you're looking for things to want. Give me ideas for things to buy, to me, is the definition of thoughtless spending. I think what she captures, in my opinion, is hearing about the sale and then getting that itch. I've been there. We talked about it recently in, I think it's my last video, but Prime Day, and how people hear Prime Day and then they just want to shop it. We haven't assessed whether there's anything we actually want, like, or use. Obviously, in the comments, we're doing some of that, but the initial "give me things to want" is not, there's no assessment there. She's looking for things to buy. Even if she does have things she wants, it's give me more ideas, give me more things to buy. I see this quite often online, especially with beauty and fashion. What are we wearing this season? What are the new sneakers this season? What are we getting from Black Friday? What are we getting from the Sephora sale? This is a recipe for overspending and not thinking about what we're buying. And I really feel like this creator is caught up in this cycle. That's a shame. But also, if you are consuming this content, you can also get wrapped up in it. This is shopping for the sake of shopping, where it's really not about this stuff because we just want to buy more things. Watching videos like this encourages the hype and the excitement. We're going to now move on to a video about the Dyson Airwrap. You just got to watch it.
Sephora sell this, Sephora sell that. Get yourself a Dyson. When else is a Dyson Airwrap gonna be freaking 20% off? Look at my hair. This is almost 3 days old. The Airwrap attachments are freaking insane. They give you the most voluminous, gorgeous blowout. I have naturally curly, wavy hair. I use this brush attachment to literally dry my hair straight. If you like a classic blow, it comes with this one. The blow dryer on this thing is 10 times faster than your average blow dryer. Also, I found out this attachment doubles as an anti-frizz attachment, and there's still more. This was the best hair investment I've ever made. I've been using it since Christmas, and I can already tell my hair is healthier because it's more heat protecting. I'm enabling you. This is your sign. Go get it. Put it in your cart.
What do I even say? What? Hold on. I need a drink of water. All right. The title of this video in all caps is Sephora sale equals get a Dyson. This is your sign, period. The caption says this is your sign, all caps, and then you deserve a girl after lower caps. This video was kind of toxic in my opinion. This is enabling such bad behavior, like bad financial choices, and is role modeling, exhibiting maybe, because it's not role modeling, uncritical purchasing, impulse purchasing, really. This is not your sign because this is somebody making a video right before the Sephora sale. They've also linked the Dyson, which is like a $500 brush for $450, $475. Like she's linked it in her LTK. She's made a bunch of Sephora videos all linked. She says when else you're going to get a Dyson for 20% off? Literally Black Friday. That can feel like shit to have to wait it out because it's April. That sucks. But there will be other sales. That I can guarantee you. And you may not be a rouge. She is speaking with great confidence, like you, the person watching this video, the viewer, is also 20% off. Some of the hype around this sale is because creators, they have the 20% off discount, but you watching, do you have 20% off? Probably not. So this point about 20% off doesn't even apply to me. When else can I get it for more than 10% off? I bet you there's going to be 2 other times this year. Black Friday and something else. Back to school maybe. Some summer shit like end of quarter. Companies will put out sales at the end of the quarter. Q1 just ended and I got so many emails and coupons for 20 and 30% off. It's going to happen. You're going to get something for at least 10% off at another time. And also, if you're consuming this content with just 10% off, you're not getting the same benefits of people who have the higher discount. Secondly, I don't care how great of a deal this is. Let's say the Dyson was 50% off. I don't care at all about the discount if you can't afford it. Look me in the eye right now and tell me you can afford today to spend $300 to $500 on a Dyson Airwrap that you have just sitting in your bank account that you can pull out right now, today, not 5 days from now, today, without causing yourself financial harm. This is not something we pull out of our emergency fund if you have money sitting there, because this is not an emergency. She posted this a few days ago, which means from the time of posting, there's about a week before Rouge gets access to the VIP sale, which means that if you saw this video and made the purchase, it's an impulse buy, and she is ultimately encouraging impulse shopping. She's literally encouraging you to impulse buy a nearly $500 device, $500 in USD. This thing's like $750 Canadian. No, ma'am. If you're somebody who is like working on your finances, following content like this is not going to help. Messages like this do not have your best interest at heart, especially when we try to sell you expensive things wrapped in the you deserve it mentality. Do you know what you deserve? Let me tell you what you deserve. You deserve financial health. You deserve to achieve your financial goals. Randomly impulse buying a Dyson Airwrap is not going to do that. If you have been saving up money or you can afford to pull out $400, $500, $600 for the Airwrap at the time of the sale, I'm going to assume probably because you saved up for it, go ahead and buy one. Buying an Airwrap is not the problem. Impulse buying a Dyson Airwrap is the problem. You impulse buy this Airwrap for $300, $400 or more, depending on your currency. Or even if we impulse bought $100 treat, $200 treat. I hate that I'm saying even, like $100 or $200 is a reasonable amount to impulse spend, but in this context, it's less. Impulse buying this stuff is going to make you feel good for a little bit. A day, a week, a couple, maybe a month if you're lucky. But the financial harm of buying a $400 thing you could not afford is going to last way longer. Especially if this is a symptom of a larger problem. You may, depending on your financial circumstances, be able to eat the $400. But if you're consistently doing this and this is a symptom of impulse spending or potentially shopping addiction, it's probably not just $400. Okay, we're now going to watch a bit of a video. One of the ones I mentioned at the beginning of the video. the person who talked about non-negotiables. So let's watch.
10 non-negotiable products that you need to consider getting during the Sephora sale. Everybody needs a good eye cream. This is my favorite eye cream of all time. It doesn't have super fancy packaging. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It gets the job done. This is the Kiehl's Creamy Avocado Eye Cream. And as you can see, it's already empty. I go through these like crazy. It is truly one of the best eye creams. Looks incredible under makeup. I use it on every single client, never have an issue. It has a great price point and it makes your concealer look so much better. 10 out of 10. Take my word for it. Going right into another skin prep product. This is another one that I always run through. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Water Cream. And when I say magic, I mean magic. It just deeply hydrates the skin so beautifully. Unlike other gel moisturizers, this one really deeply hydrates the skin. I feel like some gel moisturizers can pill and feel too lightweight, like you're not getting anything. It leaves your skin looking glowy, dewy, bouncy, and makeup just goes so good on top of this. I actually prefer this to the original formula. And they even have the travel size, so if you just wanted to dabble into it, get that. Unless you're new here, you know that this is one of my favorite skin prep products. I've been using this in my kit religiously for years. These pads are just simply amazing because they don't really irritate the skin, but they gently exfoliate. I love to use these under my makeup, especially if I'm having dry skin or a client has dry skin or flakiness or anything like that. This is gonna soften the skin just enough so your base is nice and smooth and glowy and ready for everything else you put on top of it. A makeup tool that I will never stop raving about is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. I'm not the biggest fan of dual-sided brushes, but this one, I have so many in my kit. They're incredible. It's worth all your coins. This entire brush, I could complete my whole entire face. Cream bronzer, I could do foundation. I could blend in my concealer. I can blend in my blush. The fibers of it are so perfect. They're really heavy duty. I've had this brush for over a year and it's still intact. It's just the best.
Okay, I want to talk about a couple of these products and then we'll talk about this video more generally. Number one, she is using her makeup artist status in order to sell you things as proof of she knows what she's talking about. And when it comes to makeup application design, like I trust her. I also trust that these things work for her. Part of that MUA feature is to say, I use this on so many clients, so many skin types that, you know, this will probably work for you. Irrelevant. You're not a makeup artist. You're not. And if you don't have those specific needs, you don't need them. She says everybody needs an eye cream. I'm included in everybody. I'm a person. I don't like eye cream. I have not found a single eye cream that works better than a moisturizer. That does not make my opinion universally applicable though. Some people like it, an eye cream. She's one of them. She also pitches a $135 facial moisturizer. I can literally think of 4 off the top of my head that cost you $25 or less. Canadian, by the way. Be cheaper in the US. Why are we pitching people a $135 freaking cream? Like, moisturizer does not need to be that expensive. There are plenty of great options. Fragrance free as well. I bet you that Charlotte Tilbury cream is fragrance to high heavens. I'm not trying to fearmonger fragrance, but there are a lot of people out there who are sensitive to fragrance. Skincare does not need to be that expensive. Also, those face, not patches, those pads, that's what I'm looking for. I understand why they work for her because she is servicing clients. You have to have a level of hygiene, but for the average person, throwaway pads is probably not the best option. A lot of you here are thinking about sustainability. Like we don't need to buy throwaway products, is what I'm trying to say. She also loves on this makeup brush. It's so great. It's amazing. Irrelevant. I don't care how amazing it is if you don't need a new makeup brush. If you have stuff that's already working for you, then you don't need more because somebody else loves it. That goes for everything mentioned in this video. Every product mentioned in this video could truly be wonderful. Not just this video, but my video. The higher level that has all the videos in it. If you don't need a new product, it doesn't matter how great this stuff is. Like if you have 10 blushes, you don't need more blush. If you have a skincare routine that's working for you, you don't need different skincare products because somebody said it's great. If you're having trouble with your makeup application, like something products aren't going on as you expected, there are ways to troubleshoot that aren't immediately go out and buy a new brush. If you've troubleshooted, things don't work, and you're like, you know what? I think a brush is going to make sense for me. Go out and buy your Mario brush. Do it. No problems with that. Well, actually, can you afford it? If you can afford it, then no problem with that. If you can't afford it, you still don't need it. That's just really what I want to say here. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't know. I feel a bit like an ass saying that. But sometimes I just get so tired of this shit. Of just like constantly people trying to tell me I need stuff. You don't live in my house. You don't live with the financial consequences of my decisions. You don't know what I have. You don't know what I need. I do. Sometimes these influencers are like trying to do something good and help people. I see it. I get it. And it's up to us to say to ourselves, this video might have merit. This video may help somebody who is in the market for X product. I've been in the market for, let's say, a blush. I'm looking for a specific shade of blush. And I know the shade that I want, but I don't know what exists out there. Going to watch some content may be helpful. There's, somebody who's always kind of in the market for some product, and videos like some of the ones we're seeing today can be helpful. But it is up to you to say, I don't need this. I'm not in the market for this. This video is not for me. Okay, we're going to end on one more. We're just going to play just a small snippet of it, and then we'll have some concluding thoughts.
10 new makeup products that are on the market that you should consider buying at the Sephora sale. As somebody who is literally crazy and forgot that the Sephora sale was happening, so she took it upon herself to purchase all of these products full price. I'm gonna tell you what is actually worth the full price. And because it's worth the full price, you definitely should get it while it's on sale. I don't know what happened. I've just seen all of these new products and kept placing orders. I didn't have it in me to wait. But now I can tell you what is actually worth your money. Brand new Cloud Set loose powders that Kosas just released. I am obsessed with. I love it so much so that I just started to compare to my Huda Beauty. I don't think it'll replace it, but I do really, really love this. And if you're looking for a new setting powder that is a loose powder, I think you would really like this, especially if you like the pink shade. This is even more of a pink powder than my Huda Beauty one. Obviously, you can tell the Kosas one has a little bit more pigment, but if you've been looking for a new loose pink powder, I think you would really love this, and I definitely think it's worth the money. Say's new baked blushes are absolutely worth picking up at the sale. I did see somebody say that if you have the Kosas blushes, you don't need these, and I just really don't agree with that. Kosas blushes are baked blushes, and they do give you a very pretty sheen in your cheeks, but those are also very blurring blushes, where I don't feel like these are really as blurring, but I really, really like the color range in this. I'm wearing the shade Mia today. It just gives your skin a beautiful radiance. I really, really like how these look, and they also are very long lasting, which I am obsessed with. If you like baked blushes and you're a baked blush lover, I think you should try to get these at the sale. Another blush that
We're going to stop it right there. I kind of disagree with her. She disagrees with somebody else who says, if you have the Kosas blushes, you don't need these ones. She says they're a bit of a different formula. And if you like blush, you should buy these during the sale. No. That's not how this works. We don't just buy new stuff because it's on sale because we like it. We're at the end of the video. You know the drill by now. She also says at the beginning of the video that she didn't have it in her to wait to buy the products. I'm not saying she has a problem, but that can be an indicator. I'm so serious right now. If you cannot wait 20 days, you genuinely cannot wait 20 days, you may have a problem. She may be talking in hyperbole. On the off chance she's not, I just want to say that. Oh, last thing, she is recommending the new Kosas powder, but she says it's not as good as the Huda powder. So why are we recommending something we are literally saying is not as good as this other thing? But we're going to move on. It really struck me watching this video that there are really people out there who buy new makeup every few months because it's new and exciting and they just want new stuff. Creators do this because they make money off of it. She makes money off of these videos, but they normalize that behavior and they add to the hype of the thing. And then they encourage people to buy things because they're new and exciting and just great. Just think about yourself, the viewer. You don't make money by posting videos online. And even if you do, there is still such a thing as too much makeup, too much anything. I digress. As a viewer, consuming content that normalizes this behavior can affect how you think and what you view as normal. It should not be normal for people to buy more makeup than they could ever use in a lifetime. That should not be normal, but that is the behavior that is perpetuated and normalized with videos like this. When we encourage people to buy things they don't need, to buy things because they're new, to buy things because they are on sale. It is explicitly promoting overconsumption and buying things because there's a sale. The sale just really reinforces that behavior, really encourages it, I should say. It fuels this behavior, and people often buy more than they would have if there wasn't a sale. Like I see time and time again, if the things were full price, somebody might buy $150 worth of stuff, $200 worth of stuff, but because there's a sale and they're getting a discount, even with discount, they're now buying $250 worth of stuff or $300 worth of stuff. So in conclusion, these are the concluding thoughts. I know I was a bit critical in this video, and part of that is because some of this overconsumption really bothers me when people promote decisions that can have negative financial consequences for you, the viewer. Not all of these videos today did that. Let's be clear. I do not like when I see the encouragement of behavior that can have problematic outcomes. This video was meant to challenge, push back on some of the overconsumption, some of the hype that we see around this time of year. And so that's why there is a little bit of an extra critical lens, but I'm not anti-Sephora sale. I'm anti going into debt. I'm anti buying things you cannot afford, buying things you won't use, buying things you don't like. So if you are going to shop the Sephora sale, I encourage you to shop within your means and to shop responsibly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to catch that video from the previous Sephora sale, I'll link it in the cards. And I hope you'll stick with me. I hope you'll subscribe to catch another video around here soon. Thanks for watching.